This morning begins high above the water. From the small hilltop, I can already see that today will not be calm. The sea is moving constantly, pushed by the wind from every direction. The last two places I visited were quiet mornings. Calm water, almost no wind, easy entries. Today is the total opposite. And that contrast is so important. Cold water isn't only about the perfect conditions. Some days the elements decide everything. And today is one of them. If this is your first time here, welcome. This channel explores quiet moments along the Nordic coast, often in cold water. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. As I walk down the steps towards the sea, the wind becomes so strong. The forecast already mentioned stronger wind today. Again, I always check. Yesterday evening, this morning. Today is around 9 meters per second. That's roughly 20 miles per hour. At that speed, the sea changes personality completely. Waves begin to build, and nothing rests. Even the birds move differently today. The wind carries them across the sky, or they fight the wind, like I probably will, when going into water. There is no one else here, just me. On calmer days, this place must attract a few more people. But today, the weather probably convinced most to stay away. When the wind reaches this trend, the air temperature feels so much lower. Today it feels close to -4 Celsius degrees. That's 25 Fahrenheit. And let me tell you, it is cold. I can barely feel my hands and my feet. So I can't imagine what it will be like once I get out of water. And this is the moment where you have to be honest with yourself. Some days, the conditions are simply too strong to enter the water safely. Fortunately for me today, here, the pier breaks the wave slightly. Even with the protection from the pier, the sea keeps moving constantly. There is no stillness here, like I experienced the previous times. Everything feels so agitated. Days like this require a different mindset. I need to stay attentive to the waves, the wind, the ladder, and at the same time, keep my breathing calm. It's a strange balance. Part of the mind is focused on the environment, while another part tries to relax into the cold. The water is deep enough today, so I can easily step straight in. That helps when waves are moving around the ladder at that pace. Each wave moves the body slightly. Immediately, the wind and water demand attention. You have to come up and down and just follow the rhythm. The cold feels sharper today, more intense because of the wind and movement. I try my best to concentrate on breathing slowly. And if it becomes steady, then my body follows. At first, getting into water feels chaotic. Wind, waves, cold, everything happening at once, right now. But after a few moments, the senses adjust. And instead of chaos, I feel clarity. When I first began cold dipping, to be very honest, I disliked mornings like this. I always hoped for still water and perfect conditions. But we're in Denmark, and this doesn't happen all the time. I learned something different by coming back again and again. The difficult days changed the experience completely. They sharpen the senses, the wind, everything becomes more present. When you climb out of the water, the wind hits immediately again, but the body feels surprisingly warm. The cold water seems somehow to protect me against the wind. And I had to find a place to get changed. Pretty fast. Because of the cold and the wind, I would freeze even more. And suddenly the wind disappears. The session feels refreshing, very much energizing. Difficult conditions teach patience and resilience. I've learned so much from dipping into the cold. And they also make the calm mornings even more meaningful. At the end of the day, a lot more relaxed. Cold water isn't always peaceful. Sometimes it is wild, restless, and unpredictable. But even on mornings like this, the experience leaves something behind. A strong sense of clarity. And energy. And that is part of the journey. Exploring those places along the sea. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. By the way, I'm just an ordinary guy who really happens to love the cold and water. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.